What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys for joining me again today, whether you're brand new to the channel and the Strat or whether you've been with me and the Strat for a long period of time. Then welcome to all of you guys. I'm glad to have you guys here, each and every one of my 2,000 plus subscribers. It's amazing. Thank you guys all for subscribing to the channel and tuning in every single day as we put out these videos for you guys every single day for free. This is our watch list for Monday, October 24th. And like I said, we put these videos out for you guys for free every single day for you guys to learn from and grow as a trader. If you're looking to be more profitable, more consistent as a trader, this channel is what you're looking for. These videos are what you're looking for. We've got these watch lists, plus I've got over 400 other videos for you guys to watch from. Learning tools, everything from entries and exits, how to manage a trade, broadening formations, how to trade inside bars, outside bars, 3-1 setups. We go through the whole shebang of the Strat, and if you guys can give this 6 months, maybe a year, give this stuff time, learn it, and you will grow as a trader. You're going to be a successful trader. The one thing I want to point out is we had a guy in our gold membership. He did 2 trades back to back on Thursday and Friday. He did 264% on Thursday. He did 176% on Friday. That one was on Pfizer. It was called out on the top 5. It was in the top 5 video that I gave you guys out for free. That's usually reserved for the members. I gave that one out Friday. He did 176% on Pfizer, paid for his membership in one trade. The thing I want to point out to you guys and what we teach with the Strat is, and any strategy really, anytime you trade, your job as a trader is to minimize risk and secure your capital and protect your capital. And the way to do that is to cut your losses early, regardless of whether that trade ends up running or not. You want to be able to secure that capital for the next trade, because it doesn't always return and go back up again. Most times, or a lot of times, it'll just continue trending down and you've lost your capital. And so the point I was getting at, and what I want to get at, is his trade on Friday with Pfizer was 176%. Now, you could have lost your last 5 or 6 trades at 20% or less and still been a winning trader on that 6th trade. 1 out of 6. He could have had 1 win out of 6 as long as his losses were at 20% or smaller. Because if he puts in $100 on every trade, he lost $20, $20, $20, $20, $20 on those first 5 trades. It's a $100 loss. But on that 6th trade, if he did 176%, he just made $176 on the one trade. If he took that trade with $100 of capital. Now, take away that $100, he was $76 in the green. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to win every single trade. And the quicker you realize that, and as long as you can keep your losses small, that's the key. That really is the key to becoming a successful trader, is to keep those losses small. And I know it doesn't, 1 win out of 6 trades does not sound fantastic, but 1 win out of 6 trades made that guy a successful trader. Overall, on those 6 trades, he was up 76%. Okay? If we took that scenario that we just went through, 76% is what he was up. Okay? That's what we're trying to get at here. So let's go through this watch list. Actually, you know what? I want to go through a couple things. I'm on Twitter. You can find me there at Mr. Clark Griswold. The screen you're looking at, I'm going to go through this quickly. The screen you're looking at, that's TradingView. I can get you guys a free 30-day subscription service to TradingView. Go down in the description below. Click the link. That link will give you a free 30-day trial to TradingView's subscription-based services if you've never used it before. And then if you'd like to continue using it after those 30 days and you purchase one of their subscriptions, you can get up to $30 off, but you need to start by going down and clicking that link. I also want you to get into my Discord. That's in the link in the description below, Griswold Trading Discord. We've got a bunch of free rooms. Most of them are free. There are member-paid rooms in there. If you're looking for the membership, that information you can find in the Discord, or you can find on my pinned tweet. Now, we've added stuff to that membership that's not in that pinned tweet, things like the top 5, the ad-free YouTube videos, the 1-hour strat course that I've created. But go check it out. That membership includes one-on-ones. It includes the Strat trading bot, the live trading bot that I created, the Strat indicator that I've created. It includes all of that for you guys for a really, really low price of just $50 a month. And like I said, the the member that I was talking about that did those 2 back-to-back trades, he more than paid for that membership in his one of the 2 trades. Pick one. He paid for his membership in that. So let's get started on this list. The first one I've got is Neo. And again, I don't give you guys the top 5s except for the Griswold Gold members. They get the top 5s, but I'll give you a freebie here. Neo will be in that top 5 for sure, just because Neo is really liquid. Whether it's SPY or Neo, if they have setups, I'm putting them in the top 5, just so you guys are aware of that, okay? So Neo has this 1-2 rev strat. So we're looking for a 2-up reversal here. Now, this indicator here, this time frame continuity indicator, is part of the Griswold Strat indicator. Yes, you can get it free separately, but what I've done is I've combined this indicator along with these candlestick numbers, along with these inside bars being painted yellow, the outside bars being painted white, the gold highlights over the 3-1 setups. Okay, I put all the indicators into one indicator for you guys. It includes a 50% rule of Sarah Strat Sniper. That's in here as well. So it includes all those indicators all wrapped into one indicator. It's $25. It's a one-time fee, or you get it with the Griswold Gold membership when you sign up. But this 2 down that finished green on Neo, we're going to look for a reversal. Now, we look at time frame continuity. It is red outside of the day and the hourly, but when we open up Monday, this hourly, this daily, and this weekly are all going to be something different. Now, they all may be green, they all may be red, depends what the candlestick does as we open up on Monday. But if it trends up, then we've got our play there. We've got targets marked out at $11, and it looks like 43 cents. 11.43 is our first target, our first order of magnitude. So trigger at 11.21, and I'm going to go through this with you guys real quick as well. When I take my trades on my options, I take the closest strike price to the trigger that we are taking. So our trigger is 11.21. I'd be looking at 11.50 for my strike price, maybe even $11. One of those 2, and then expiry date, I'll be taking Friday. So Neo has an option expiry date of Friday, every Friday. So I take the closest expiry to. And then I play market orders. I don't play limit orders. Most of the stocks that I give you guys have a tight spread between the bid and the ask, because I like to take those market orders. You don't have to do it. That's a rule for me. That's the way I play it. Let's go on to the next one. We're going to go to Apple. Okay, so Apple has a outside bar. Now, normally I don't have these, but if we trigger to the upside on the daily, we are also triggering to the upside on the weekly. That's what that pink line represents. So if we go to the week, we had a 2-up to finish green as well here. So I'd mark that trigger on the week as well. Now, again, normally I don't do continuations. We do have this outside bar, though, so I'm going to look for a continuation on Apple. You can take calls on Apple at 147.85, okay? Next up, we've got CCL. That's Carnival Cruise Lines. Has an inside bar, and we can call that a hammer candle. Actionable signal. Inside bar is an actionable signal. So we can take calls at 8.22, puts at 7.79, and we have our targets marked out for calls at the top of the wick and the bottom of the wick. And that's just how we do it. So the next target, let's say for the puts, would be at the next preceding bottom wick. And then same thing if we're going to the top side. Right there, we follow to the next candle, top of the wick, okay? So that is CCL, inside bar on Carnival Cruise Lines. I'm actually going to talk about inside bars here for a second. So you notice it's painted yellow. I talked about that being part of the Griswold Strat indicator for TradingView. You can't find it in TradingView. You have to use the link in the description below, or you can find it in the Discord as well, or I believe it's on the pinned tweet on Twitter. But this inside bar, when you see this painted yellow bar, I want you guys to think of a spring being loaded or compacted. Now, this is a consolidation candle, and it's the same on every time frame. It doesn't matter. So it does not break the high, and it does not break the low of the previous candle. It stays within that range. It's a tightening range, okay? And I tell new traders or new people to the strat, or even somebody who's just really looking to nail down a strategy, to trade the inside bars only. So when we open up on Monday, these three candles are all going to be the same, whether we go to the upside or downside. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to look for triggers on calls at 822, puts at 779. I think I went through that already. But if we go back and look at past inside bars, and I said I want you guys to imagine this yellow bar being a spring being loaded and compacted. And when you let go of that spring, you can imagine that spring being let go, and it's going to jump to one direction or the other, and that's what we're hoping for. And you can see very simply here on this inside bar, we triggered off of the top of wick, and we hit targets. And I tell you guys that each candlestick tells you a story, and you need to be able to read those stories. And the more you look at this stuff, the easier that story is going to be able to read. But if we go back and look at inside bars in the past, we can see that they tend to be really, really great plays. So this inside bar hammer candle, we triggered, and we didn't quite hit targets, but we had a really, really nice run up where you would have made some good money off of that trade. Now, people always ask me, do you stay on the day? I don't stay on the day. So our triggers and our targets are set on the day, and then we hop down to a smaller time frame to manage that trade. So whether you want to go down to the 30, the 15, or the 5 to manage that stuff, or whatever time frame you choose, that's your prerogative. You can choose that. I like to do the 5. Others like to use the 15 and 30, and that's fine. But you need to hop down to a smaller time frame to be able to manage that trade. And even if you're looking for trades on the 30, I would like you guys realistically to manage that trade on a smaller time frame. Okay, so that was CCL. We're going to move on to Shop. Shop has a 2 down that finished green hammer candle. So another actionable signal. We're looking for it to go into force off of this trigger at 29.75. And when we talk about actionable signals, they're hammer candles like you see here. This big body with a long wick, that's a hammer candle. An inverse candle or a shooter candle would be if this was just flipped or rotated and we had the body on the bottom side with a big long wick, or an inside bar. Okay, those are the 3 actionable signals, and we look for triggers off of those for the play to go into force. So again, we've got time frame continuity across the board, but as we open on Monday, the hourly, the daily, and the weekly may change to red depending on how we open up and how we trend. So calls at 29.75, good magnitude to the top side at 30.82 on Shopify. AFRM, 2 down green hammer candle. So again, we'll look for calls at 18.35 and first targets at 19.15. Nike inside bar, it's actually a 3-1 setup, outside bar, inside bar. So that's that yellow highlight I was talking about, and it's a rare pattern, but it tends to be very, very powerful and works out very well. And if we go back in time, we just need to look for that yellow highlight because of that Strat indicator that I created for you guys, outside bar, inside bar, and it looks like we gapped up on that play. So you would have had to play the gap on that, and I do have like 4 videos on how to play the morning gaps. You guys can go check those out. Here's another 3-1 setup. We triggered off of the bottom of that inside bar and hit target 1. And I'm not going to go back, but we hit target 1 for sure. So a great trade on that 3-1 setup there. And as we open Monday, again, calls at 88.78, puts at 86.71. The magnitude to the downside isn't great. The magnitude to the upside looks much better. Plus, we have the month and the quarterly to the green. But there is this pink line here. So if we go to the week, and go check out the weekly swings if that's what you're interested in. But the weekly swings have this 2 up red. We're going to look for a reversal on here. So if we trigger to the downside on Monday, we can look to hold maybe a little bit longer through the rest of the week on Nike, if that's what you're looking for. Okay, BA is Boeing. Boeing had a 2 down that finished green, so we'll look for calls on Boeing at 141.32. AMC has an inside bar. So we know about inside bars already. We also have an inside bar on the weekly. I know this for 2 reasons. 1, I've got these 2 pink lines, and 2, if I go to my weekly time frame, I've got this yellow circle on it, and that yellow circle tells me that we have an inside bar on the week. So I go, there's my inside bar, and we're going to look for triggers on either side for the weekly swings. Again, watch the weekly swing video, and AMC will be on there. SE, 2 down, finish green, hammer candle, gap to fill, 122 rev strat is what we're looking for. Inside bar, 2 down, 2 up. And a rev strat is really just a 2-2 reversal with a 1 preceding that scenario. So again, we can look for calls at 46.34, and in order to fill this gap, that's where we put our first target, but only when there's a gap, meaning there's no candle from the trigger to the target. That space is empty, so the target goes to the bottom of that first candle, and then the top of that candle again becomes the next target after we filled that gap. That's on SEC Limited. XOP, 2 down, finished green, and that is a hammer candle. Full time frame right across the board on that oil and gas play. The oil and gas ETF with Spider. So again, we can look for this thing to trend up. Calls at 147.71, good magnitude to the upside at 149.25. AAL is American Airlines, 2 down green. We're going to look for calls at 13.87. AMD, 2 down green hammer candle. It's been really choppy right in around this range for the last 2 weeks or so. We'll see if we can break out of it with calls at 58.91. First targets marked out for you guys at 60.20 and 60.49. BIDU, 2 down green, 122 rev strat. We're going to look for calls at 92.05. Really, really great magnitude to that upside on BIDU at $97.68. CL is Colgate-Palmolive inside bar. Calls 71.77. Puts 70.25, and the first target is actually the trigger to go 2 down on CL. So puts at 70.25. First target, what do we got? 70.19, which, like I said, is also the trigger for the weekly 2 down reversal. CRM, inside bar, hammer candle. Great time frame. Across the board, outside of the year, we'll look for calls at 160.43. Puts at 154.82. D-Dog, that's Data Dog. 2 down green, hammer candle. We're going to look for calls at 82.15. We also have the 2 pink lines, which tell us we have an inside bar setup on the weekly on D-Dog. EW, 2 down green, hammer candle. Calls 85.08. Guys, if you're finding this information helpful, please right now go give me a thumbs up real quick down below. It helps with the algorithms. And please comment below. If you like the videos, let me know. If you think they suck, fair enough. Let me know. If there's things you want to see, want me to improve, again, let me know. I can do that for you guys, or at least try to. Okay, next one is Fubo. 2 down green. Just barely missing the tag of this broadening formation here. We are going to look for a trend back to the upside with calls at 369 and great magnitude on the 2 targets there on Fubo. GME. So GME's got an inside bar. Calls at 25.33, puts at 24.10. KDP, that's Keurig Dr. Pepper, 2 down green, hammer candle. Calls 37.70. NVIDIA, 2 down green. Calls at 124.98. Plug Power, 2 down green, hammer candle. Bottom of a broadening formation. And this thing goes back quite far. Quite far. How far back are we going? All the way to May of 21. And we zoom out. And there's the tops. And you can see we've got top, bottom, top. Back to the top. Came down, back to the top, bottom, up, bottom. Where are we going? So we've tagged that bottom. We're going to look for this thing to trend back to the upside potentially. Or do we run a little lower to 12.30? We'll see what happens with Plug Power. Let me zoom back in for you guys. I don't know if I called it out yet, but calls at 16.57. First targets at 16.99 on Plug. Peloton, 2 down green. We're going to look for calls on Peloton at $7.44. PayPal, 2 down green. We've got an inside bar on the weekly that we need to break out of as well. Calls at 85.13 on PayPal. Space, 2 down green. We're going to look for calls at 4.45. Tesla, Myesla, inside bar on Tesla. Let's zoom in so we get a better picture of this. Calls 214.44, puts 203.80. XEL 3-1 setup on XEL Energy. Excel Energy. We got calls at 61.24, puts at 59.43. XLU is a utilities ETF through Spider. Inside bar, calls 63.78, puts 61.96. Alibaba, BABA, 2 down green hammer candle, calls at 72.79. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the list. If you wait till the end of the video and you look on the top right-hand corner, that'll give you a SPY playlist or a SPY video. The bottom right-hand corner gives you a bunch more learning tools to help you guys out to learn the strat, to be more profitable, more consistent. That's it, guys. Good luck trading on Monday and the week. I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye. You make my heart beat super fast.